This is Yvette Klubertons. I'm from the TRIS Curriculum Organization. Today's presentation is on the adopters and how it will be used to incorporate Moodle into our organization. As a member of the TRIS, I am the project team lead for the new LMS that we're going to incorporate. Currently we use Blackboard, but we're going to move over to Moodle as the main source of an LMS for our organization. Rogers' theory focuses on 5 different adopter categories: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. The purpose of this presentation, I will discuss how the different adopter roles play in integrating technology into curriculum by examining the utilization and education of the roles in the adoption of this new LMS that we call Moodle. These are the 5 adopters that I spoke of earlier. Innovators. They're the people who make up 2.5% of the social system. They are the ones who seek new ideas and take risks. These are the people that are very willing to develop and create new things and to implement change. Then you have early adopters. These are people who represent the opinions of the leaders. They make up about 13.5% of the social system. They enjoy leadership roles and embrace change with opportunities. They appeal to the populace, and they understand that change is important. Then you have the early majority. These people are rarely leaders, but they do adopt new ideas before the average person. This makes up about 34%. That said, they typically need to see evidence that this innovation works before they are willing to adopt it. Then you have the late majority. These are your skeptical range. They go hand in hand almost with the early majority, and they may also make up 34%. Strategies that appeal to this population include information on how many other people have tried this innovation before they adopt it. And then you have the laggards. These are people who are bound by tradition and are very conservative. They make up the 16% of the system. They are skeptical of change and are the hardest group to bring on board. Innovators and early adopters are the first in the population to acquire the innovation. Individuals belonging to these groups carry commonalities such as novelty-seeking behavior and motivate them to adopt new product or service early. Now let's look at these 2. The adopters are the utilization, how I'm going to utilize these in adopting Moodle. The innovators. They're what we would call our Air Education and Training Command. They're the ones who are responsible for all the training of all military personnel, active duty and civilian. AETC has chosen to no longer use Blackboard as their main LMS source. They have chosen to use Moodle. AETC would be the ones to purchase the licenses and work with the communications authority that work with the Air Force to get the software approved to be on the network. Then you have the early adopters. That would be my work center, the TRIS. We are the main ones that come into this picture. As the main source of training technical instructors and military leaders, or our MTLs, our flight is responsible for finding new and innovative ways that we can teach our future instructors. We are responsible for researching software and equipment. Our flight attends and hosts seminars, workshops, and training sessions. And our work center will be responsible for training commanders and instructors and even those CDMs that I'll discuss later. In Proverbs chapter 25, there's a verse that says, "If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. And if he is thirsty, give him water to drink." That's Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21. The early majority are deliberate in adopting an innovation, and they are neither the first nor the last to adopt it. Their innovation decisions usually takes more time than it takes innovators and early adopters. The early majority in this case would be our training development chiefs, or who we call our TDE chiefs. They're responsible for determining curriculum that will be developed and the evaluation measurements used in their courses within their squadron. They are also the supervisors of those training development managers. Our work center would train those TDE chiefs on how to use Moodle. The TDE chiefs would either train their curriculum development managers or request my work center to train them. This will ensure that the CDMs are developing the curriculum in Moodle system and oversee the training for their instructors. Then we have the education part, and we're going to look at those late majority. That late majority would be those squadron curriculum development managers. They tend to be more cautious before committing, so therefore that TDE chief in our work center, the TRIS, is very important in trying to get those CDMs on board. The CDMs would also be the ones who would know the best way to utilize Moodle and the limitations Moodle will have within their assigned courses. They would also be the ones, the CDMs, who will be responsible for training our next group of people, and that would be the laggards. The laggards would be our instructors. They tend to only focus they only choose to make change because they're forced or because someone else has already done it. Rogers calls this group uneducated and lacking leadership skills. However, Stewart states that laggards represent most of the community providers, and they may have made a conscious decision in not adopting current technology under certain circumstances. This role falls directly to our instructors. It says in Psalms 32:8 that I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. My work center, the TRIS, teaches new instructors. They will be learning the modeling skills when they attend that basic instructor course. As a big instructor, I am that mentor and role model to new instructors. As leaders, the instructors will see how effortless of a transition the LMS will be, and with them being in big, they'll be able to ask us questions about how the Moodle works and any issues that we may have come across. Ultimately, these instructors will be the greatest influencers of adoption of Moodle because they will be the ones who will be using the Moodle system the most. Finally, and my final thoughts on this topic. 1. Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds, for riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations. That's Proverbs 27, verses 23 through 24. Resources don't last forever. Money gets spent, volunteers move on, and facilities and systems break down. This verse rings true when it comes to funding for resources and training. All the roles in Rogers' theory are vital to incorporating new technology. As the TRIS, we have to ensure that the technology that we recommend can be used by all Air Force courses. In references to time, AETC sets a short timeline for any technology to be implemented. This implementation process includes the purchases, training, and development, and implementation. Finally, the incorporation of new technology can take time, be challenging, but ultimately very rewarding. In this short presentation, I hope that you can see how I can utilize the adopter theory, Rogers' adopter theory, and creating and adding Moodle as a new LMS into our course. The following sources you see here are the sources that were used to create or develop this presentation. Again, my name is Yvette Klubertons, and I thank you for your time.